welcome to a brand new episode of Dodgers Territory on this fine Thursday. We appreciate you being here. My name is Alanna Rizzo. That is Clint Pasillas, the leader of this program, doing all the things. We are happy that you are here. Make sure you guys rate us, like us, subscribe, please. All of the things that help us tremendously. I just bought something off the Dodgers Territory website yesterday. I encourage you to do so also because you can support our show in style. It helps me, it helps Clint, it helps our show, it helps Foul Territory, it helps a bunch of folks. So www.dodgersterritoryshop.com, or you can just scan that QR code right there on YouTube. If you're watching us over there, support the show in style. Clint, I tell you what, as we get into the big ticket, we asked for a sweep against the Rockies. We got it.
We got it. Let's dive into it in the big ticket.
Suddenly winners of 4 in a row. Are they back?
I feel like I did the post-game show solo on Tuesday because of reasons. Couldn't land the person I was hoping to get. It was a fun show. It felt different. That was a ball game on Tuesday night that felt different. Nothing changed on Wednesday. It's a game that felt different from the slop we had been watching over the last couple of months. Yes, people want to say, oh, it was the Rockies. Of course, you're supposed to sweep the Rockies. Let's not forget, they were playing very poorly against the Rockies just a couple of weeks before. They were swept by the Angels. The Dodgers were doing bad against bad teams. And Alanna, we've talked about it. You got to beat bad teams. They did it. The difference a few wins makes. And the difference just, I don't want to just point to Mookie because obviously – we got to talk about Mookie Betts and his resurgence. His resurgence started a month ago where they were still playing pretty poorly. Some of this is, I think, just things firing at the right time, but getting Max Muncy back, Tommy Edman back, getting Teoscar Hernandez doing something again. But I feel better. I just feel a lot better, Liz.
Yeah, no doubt. They did what they needed to do. You're supposed to beat the teams that have terrible records. That is a sign of a better team. If you're struggling against those teams, that's a very frustrating outcome. But I don't care if it was the Rockies. I don't care if it was the Phillies. The fact is they got 3 wins, and what a difference a few wins make, right? You're just so excited. The atmosphere is better. The energy is better. The guys are feeling good. And yes, let's talk about the bounce back in a short period of time of Mookie Betts, Clint, because you look at it, and a month ago, he basically said, you know what? He threw his hands in the air. He said, I'm going to give up on my season statistically. Obviously, I am paraphrasing. This is not exactly what Mookie said. But the point being was, he's like, I'm not going to worry about stats. I'm going to do everything I can to contribute to the team. And you just threw the numbers up there, Clint. Mookie is back, and it's great to see because that's just one piece of this puzzle that is so desperately needed to perform well. And as you mentioned, we do have some reinforcements. The fact is, you talk about Max Muncy, and we have talked about this ad nauseum, how he is just that center cog in the lineup. He puts everybody else where they're supposed to be. He forces the opposition to throw a lot of pitches. He has unbelievable plate discipline. So he's back. Tommy Edman is back, which is phenomenal because then you can put him in the outfield. You can put him in second base. You could kind of figure out if you're going to put Teo in left, if you're going to, who's going to be in right, that type of situation. We have a super chat from Richard Flores, 199 super chat says, Teo is back. I can wear his jersey in public. Oh, okay. So apparently he had a Hernandez jersey that he was hiding for a little bit until Teo was back. But the point is we're getting reinforcements, right? This is what we wanted to see. This is the lineup we've been waiting for. And Clint, you and I and everybody else that does these type of shows have been preaching patience. Be patient. It's going to happen when this happens and this happens. Now the question is, what's the production going to be, right? It doesn't matter if they're back, if they're not producing. But the fact is they are back, and I'm pretty sure that this is the most complete product we've seen in some time as far as the Dodgers are concerned.
Yeah, you said it best there. We were waiting for this. We were preaching this. Maybe more myself than you. I'm not going to put words in your mouth here, but that low point, that rock bottom over Saturday and the probably couple weeks leading up to that point, I had some doubts. I had some fears in my team. I didn't want to see us waste an entire season, waste all of this talent to get bounced in the first round or second round, not even make it to the World Series. It's part of the story. I'll say it again. That's part of the story. I get knocked down, you get back up again, never going to keep me down. These Dodgers are going to, they're going to find a way to fight and battle back. And like you said, they just needed the talent back. They need all their pieces back. One guy's still struggling a little bit. William Dills Smith, of course,
Hang
was
on.
scratched.
Before we get to that, before we discuss Will Smith, throw up Owl of Minerva's comment here about Alex Vesia. It is the one that says
the I save.
Vesia is an anagram for I save. I can't believe I didn't either. I didn't realize that either. I save.
That's pretty
wow.
Good.
That's very godly.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up my soundboard for this.
Yeah. Good job, Owl of Minerva. We're happy that you're here, and thank you for pointing that out. All right, William Smith. It is problematic. I mean, this is a guy that All-Star obviously scratched minutes before first pitch. Injured right hand flared up on him. This from our friend Matthew Moreno does a great job. Dave Roberts said Will Smith might have an MRI on his right hand tomorrow. That's not good.
That's not good.
I'm sorry. When you have a catcher that is such a good offensive catcher and does such a great job, obviously leading the pitching staff, having to have an MRI, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Obviously, he got back in the lineup for one game. He was penciled into the lineup yesterday. I think they said like 15 minutes before first pitch is when he was scratched. Ben Rortvedt had just woken up from a nap and was plugged in to go out there and catch Blake Snell, and did a hell of a job doing it. Blake Snell rattled off 11 Ks in his outing last night. This situation combined with the play of Ben Rortvedt, we're worried about Will Smith. This is a pretty big concern. Luckily, there's still a little bit of time. There's nothing broken in there. It's just about pain tolerance and getting the swelling down. So if Will needs to take a few days, what I've seen out of this kid, Ben Rortvedt, I like. What a lot of people have seen out of this kid, Ben Rortvedt, in just 7 games, I think they like as well. And the numbers probably inflated a little bit. He's finding some holes. He's finding some grass, hitting 308 or whatever. But I love this from Dodgers Burner on the Twitter. Is anybody else impressed by the way he's performed behind the dish? That's the big thing. What is it? A pair of no-hitter attempts in his 7 starts. He doesn't have options. Dalton Rushing does. And with this is I don't know if it's big brain too pie in the sky or whatever. With the Will Smith catching situation, I do wonder if they would consider carrying 3 catchers. I think Ben Rortvedt has been so good behind the dish. He deserves to have this conversation.
It's 7 games. And he's done a nice job in the time that he's been given, but I don't know if I'm automatically putting him on the postseason roster. I need to see a little bit more, and I need to see what happens with Will Smith. Now, here's the deal, though. If there is 3 catchers, which it's rare for anybody to carry 3 catchers on a postseason roster, what happens? Who goes away? Is that Conforto? Is that Hesson Kim? What are we doing? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're going to carry 13 pitchers. Dave has been very vocal about that. So you got to have, is it 13? Yeah, it would be 13 on the other side, too, because it's a 26-man roster.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who goes away? Carrying 3 catchers is weird to me.
Having a backup catcher, multiple backup catchers.
If it's a necessity, then so be it. But
yeah. I think the only thing that makes it a potential option is the fact that Will is dealing with this hand issue. And if you're able to, give him some rest early in a game in the postseason where maybe you have a big lead, or if there's some sort of issue that aggravates it and you have to pull him out. I don't know. What is the cost benefit of having, and I would say Dalton Rushing is, potentially a pretty good bat off the bench to have as well. I don't know if I take him, pinch hitting over Michael Conforto or Hesson Kim or whatever. With Kim, you get wheels, you get defense for sure. I think this is something, obviously we're not going to answer it here. We're not going to figure it out. We're not paid to figure that one out, but it is an interesting conversation, and I'm pretty sure this front office is having it, whether it's worthwhile to carry 3 catchers.
I don't want anybody on the postseason roster at 50%. Like if Will Smith is at 50%, I don't want you. I don't want you on the DS roster. Get better, get fully better. Get 100%. We'll see you in the CS. I'd rather carry an extra bat off the bench that can actually hit. I don't know who that is. It's not Conforto. But I don't want like somebody that can't be full go in the postseason. Like if you're babying one of the catchers because of ailments or whatever, just put him on the IL.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're trying to avoid that with Will, but if he needs to take 10 days, 10 of these last, what is it, 17 games, I think it's not the end of the world. You can technically, retroactive it to yesterday, get a couple bonus days out of there. It's a question. It's definitely a question worth asking. Like, again, it's the cost benefit of having three catchers in the postseason, where in a best case scenario, you don't need a backup catcher in the postseason. Is this way over glorifying what Ben Rortvedt has done? Have we talked
Yes.
about Ben Rortvedt for too long? Absolutely. But
I
there
mean,
is
I don't know
something
about
to
too
the.
long, but we got to. I mean, it's been 7 games. God bless him. I
Yeah.
mean, let's see.
No, I
Let's see
mean
what he's
specifically in this segment.
Oh, yes. Well, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
that's okay. No worries. But how about we do what is this? Beerus Vet has done more in 7 games than can. Oh, well. Oh, Beerus. Beerus, I'm going to need you to change your avatar. I need to know what you look like. All right. How about we take a look at our DraftKings player spotlight? And it's not just a player, Clint. It is players. Take us
Let's
to
do
it.
This is the DraftKings player spotlight. And yeah, we got to talk about that starting rotation because, Alanna, we entered spring training looking at arguably the most dominant starting rotation in baseball. And then we didn't see it for months. Now we're seeing it. And this rotation is on an absolute heater.
Yeah, I mean, they look at what they've done. If you take a look at the numbers in their last 5 starts, this from Blake Harris. We appreciate you, Blake. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, unbelievable, right? Obviously, we know he's very close to a no-hitter. I still have an issue with Andy Pajes on his defense with that game. Clayton, I mean, welcome back, sir. GOAT of all time. We'll see you next in Cooperstown. Tyler Glasnow, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 11 K. Look at all the Ks. I think that's what's so impressive about this whole graphic here that Blake put up. I mean, look at the Ks. That's really nice. That's what you want. You want this. Yeah. Even Emmett Sheehan, God bless him, 7 innings, just 1 earned run, 9 Ks. I mean, that's a good performance for that young man. So you're right. I mean, the Dodgers in their last 5 starts deserve to be highlighted and spotlighted thanks to DraftKings. Over the last 5 games, Dodgers starting pitchers have racked up 49 strikeouts, while holding their opponents to a .091 batting average just from OptiStats. It's the only time in the modern era any Major League Baseball team starter have notched 45 or more Ks with a sub 100 opponent batting average over any 5. That's impressive. I think that's a very good DraftKings spotlight. Let's give them some pub and some love.
You got 5 dudes who can absolutely get it done. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani, you could argue, has the best stuff out of any of the pitchers when it comes to just raw stuff, raw talent. Not featured in those 5 because he pitched a shorter outing in his last game. This is the starting rotation we wanted. This is the starting rotation we were expecting. Emmett Sheehan, God bless him, as phenomenal as he's been, is probably not in the starting rotation in the postseason, but he's still going to be an electric weapon out of the bullpen for this team in October. But one of the big factors for me in getting this starting rotation settled was the return of Blake Snell. And we got the numbers here to make up this elite rotation since August 2nd, which is Blake Snell's first start off of the IL, 3.24 ERA. That's second in all of baseball. Behind the Yankees, by the way. Yankees, insane starting rotation, but first in the National League. 2.9 FIP, which is first in baseball. They've posted 5.8 Fangraph WAR over that stretch. That's 36 games, 203 innings pitched, 10.64 strikeouts per 9, also tops in baseball. Those
numbers are impressive. You don't even realize that. Yeah, you don't realize that at the time, like when he's pitching every 5th day or whatever, really how dominant. But when you see a bigger pool of his work, it's impressive what he's been able to do. Again, kudos to you, Dodgers starting rotation, and also kudos to DraftKings. Thank you to DraftKings for presenting this segment on Dodgers territory. This season, play your power instincts. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL. Play just $5, get $50 in Pick 6 bonus bets. Make the call, ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Alanna, the Dodgers have a 3-game lead in the National League West again. The Padres are kind of I wouldn't say they're spiraling. They have some injuries. They aren't playing as well of late. But things in the National League West kind of settling back in the Dodgers' favor, especially after winning 4 in a row.
It's crazy, too, to think that we're already tracking down magic numbers. And Bill Plunkett, our friend of the program, writes a very long time for the Orange County Register. Dodgers' magic number to clinch NL West is 14. I mean, we are at that spot, right? Which is awesome to see. I love scoreboard watching. I love this time of year. It's so much fun because every game has so many implications and every game matters. 14 games doesn't seem like much. But, yeah, the Dodgers a 3-game lead in the division. I'm not counting out the San Francisco Giants, though. I mean, this is a team that is playing very well. They are on the Mets' heels, as are the Reds. I mean, the Mets may not make the postseason at this point. Who knows? Because they have been absolutely spiraling, and the Mets' pitching has been horrific. However, to see the Dodgers have a 3-game lead, you know, Ken Rosenthal today or on Foul Territory the other day was talking about that's probably too insurmountable. Like, you know, I don't know, 3 games is not that much, but maybe it is at this time of year because the calendar is kind of running out. But listen, I want the Giants to lose so badly for a number of reasons. Obviously, for us, it's just, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Reds in the postseason. I like the Reds. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting that final wild card spot. It's an interesting battle for sure. And obviously, I feel pretty good in the NL West when it comes to the Dodgers and Giants. A lot can change considering they play each other 7 times over, was it about 10 days starting tomorrow? Dodgers, you know, you have the advantage. Just don't lose all of those games and you're going to feel pretty good about your spot in the National League West. But yeah, that final wildcard spot, it's crazy with the Reds right there, 2 games behind, along with the Giants, 2 games behind the Mets, who, like you said, they're absolutely spiraling. And all 3 of those teams. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What's crazy is the Reds hold the tiebreaker over the Mets and the Giants. Yeah. Isn't that insane?
That is weird. Power. Hey, listen, Gavin Lux is a winner. Is a proven winner, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, all of those teams, all 3 of those teams are potential opponents for the Dodgers if and when we get to the postseason in that first wild card round. Because as of right now, I mean, you're looking at where the Phillies are at. The Phillies have a 4-game advantage over the Dodgers for that 2nd seed in the National League. So I'm as much as I wanted that first round bye, I don't know that it's happening this year. Of course, Dodgers Phillies play 3 more times. Maybe there's something there. But, yeah, if things were to end today, the Dodgers play the Mets. Dodgers lost the season series to the Mets this year. Take with that whatever you will. Of course, Phillies and the Brewers get that first round bye. But if you had your choice of it, do you want the Dodgers to face the Mets, the Reds, or the Giants in a 3-game wildcard series?
First series, I'd love to face the Reds. I think they're the weakest link out of all 4 of those teams that you mentioned. I know they're playing well, but I'll take my chances with the Reds. I don't want to play the Phillies.
Well, I mean, Phillies wouldn't happen in that first round. Could happen.
No, I know, but at all. I don't want to play them at all.
Yeah, that would be tough. Whoever wins that one goes on at this point to face the Phillies. So that's honestly, a 5-game series. Of
all the teams in the National League on that side of the bracket, the Phillies scare me the most. Yeah. The other teams I'm okay with. Not to take anything away from them. I just think the Phillies are really, really, really freaking good. Even without Zach Wheeler, even with Aaron Nola's recent struggles. J.Y. Kim saying that seems daunting. I agree, man. Like, I hear, yeah, it does. It does seem daunting, but we got to let's smash them.
Let's smash them. And yeah, Manny Man talking about a lot of tough lefties in that Phillies lineup, of course. Sluggers who have, a lot of them, been there, done that. They have their own issues, of course.
They have a good team, you guys. I mean, with obviously with Harper and Kyle Schwarber, who all he does is hit home runs. Trey Turner, JT Realmuto. They have They have a decent bullpen too, which we don't right now. Yeah.
Obviously, Johan Duran, massive addition for them at the end of that.
Oh, by the way, can I speak about Johan Duran for a hot second? So that whole pop and circumstance, and I know that he did it in Minnesota too. I know that this is not new coming to Philadelphia, but good Lord, if you're coming out to that and the whole season goes black or the whole stadium goes black and you're coming out and there's like the tarantulas everywhere, you better not give up a hit, let alone an earned run in the rest of your life. If that is what you're coming out to, oh my gosh. You are not allowed to give up a hit or, God forbid, an earned run with that nonsense.
You're really not a fan of it because I think this is 2 shows in a row you talked about it.
I just think it's ridiculous. Anyway, get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. All right, we're going to talk about last licks. Do you have more? Are you good?
No, I mean, I think if I'm going to answer the question of which of those teams I'd rather face, I mean, the Reds have so little to lose. The Giants would be a fun series for everybody. A 3-game series there.
I'm just thinking, Mets, how can we get win? What's the easiest way to get back to the World Series?
Yeah. Easiest way is probably through the Reds. They have some interesting talent. Dodgers have played them well. But if they're able to line up their starting pitching, they got some dudes over there, particularly Hunter Green is one of those guys who can be a little frightening. They just don't have they don't have all the talent. They don't have enough talent to beat down the Dodgers, in my opinion. But that's where we're at right now. That's where things good. If the Dodgers and the world or the postseason was here today, if the season ended today, it's Dodgers, it's Mets, a rematch of last year's NLCS, and the Mets with all of their issues. I don't know. Maybe I feel pretty good about them as well because they got a big old monkey on their back with the offseason that they had and adding Juan Soto. You can't get out of the NL wild card. Same with the Dodgers, but you can't get out of it.
It would be a huge disappointment and a very massively failured season. I think we should have Mets up on our show at some point. If we get there, we can combine. Don't forget, on Foul Territory, we have a lot of other territories, and Mets up is one of them. So check out all of our Foul Territory partners. All right, we're going to talk about a doggo after this break.
Let's do it.
Time for your weekly Arena Club segment where we see what AJ pulls from a slab pack. And here we go. Pulling a little Emerald pack this week, AJ. Looking for something big?
Always. I'm always looking for the big thing. Next big thing, Scott.
Big money, baby.
Yep. No whammies.
We've got a Dave Winfield card from 1974, a 74 Topps card from this Emerald pack. Estimated value $300. You could sell it back for $270.
Sold.
I feel like you're into more of the current players. Would that be accurate?
No, I mean,
you like legends?
In my showroom, I have a Robin Yount. I have a Griffey rookie card,
I
think.
That's true.
So, I mean, I have some older vintager players. Bob Gibson.
Oh, yeah, you have Gibson.
So, I disagree, Scott. But Dave Winfield, for that amount of money back, I'm reselling it.
And if you want to get your own pack or new card, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase at arenaclub.com/foul.
All right, let's introduce you guys to a pup by the name of Baxter. Baxter was at the Downey shelter about to be killed. This is a 100% purebred Belgian Malinois. It is very rare in rescue to find a purebred that has been, abandoned or whatever. But he is a very, very smart dog. If you know anything about Belgian Malinois, they are in the German Shepherd family, but they are very active. They're super smart. They need mental and physical stimulation. He will absolutely sit on the couch with you and watch a Dodger game, but that is after you get him some good exercise. Right now, he is being fostered in Thousand Oaks. We need a savvy adopter that is part of an active family or somebody that's going to get him the stimulation that he needs. Hit us up on Guidry'sGuardian.org or any of my social channels. Clint, Pasillas, what is coming up on All Dodgers?
Tonight, we should be live. I haven't even talked to the boys today. It has been a long, slow, weird morning, but something will be live. Myself, Jeff Snyder, potentially Kevin Skinner, talking about your Dodgers. No idea even of the time. The best way to know when we're live is subscribe, hit that notification bell, check out our social medias. We always post when we're about to go live. We also tell the people in our Discord chat when we're about to go live, so just pay attention. We'll be live at some point in our lives. But Alanna, before we get out of here, kind of have maybe a longer sign off here, a longer baseball thought for the road, because we already talked about offense. We've talked about the starting pitching. Defense is looking better for this team. The bullpen is definitely a little bit more of a question mark. Maddie Man, this is a good kind of springboard into our eventual conversation I want to have about Roki Sasaki.
Mm-hmm.
But Maddie Man asking us, like, are we really going to trust Michael Kopech with any kind of leverage situation in the playoffs? Because Kopech came in last night, didn't really know where the baseball was going, and he's had some issues with that. He's been bailed out a lot, and you mentioned Alex Vesia, bailing him out last night. Roki Sasaki, this is the root of this. A potential bullpen role suddenly, according to Dave Roberts, on the table. Roki coming off a very good outing.
Yep, this is what Dave said. We'd have to see it here. Robert said we'll still have time, but we'd have to see it here. Obviously, we have to make a decision at some point in time, kind of where we're going to move forward here in the next couple of weeks. Jack Harris had this to say as well. After his start in AAA last night, Roki Sasaki is going to fly back to LA to discuss next steps. Dave Roberts left the door open for Sasaki potentially being part of that playoff pitching staff. So again, it's just so many unknowns and so many pieces of a puzzle that have to be moved around. And I'm glad I don't have to do it, because it is a lot more difficult than just throwing a lineup out there and saying, all right, kids, go get it. I mean, there's so much strategy that goes into this that we have no idea.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Roki Sasaki since May, I think it was, at the big league level.
No, when they put him in like witness protection, I swear they just like an alien came and got him. I don't know what happened to him.
How much
does anybody know where he actually went?
He was hanging around. He was there for the vibes, you know. To see his last start, May 9th against Arizona, is arguably his worst start of the year. The velocity is back up. Go ahead.
Okay.
They
were like, see ya.
See ya. You're hurt. You look really hurt. Yeah. The velocity was back up last night though at AAA. You know, he pitched into, I think it was the 4th or 5th inning. His final inning was not good. But all the damage was done to him in that final innings. But he did rattle off 8 strikeouts. The fastball was touching 100 miles an hour again. Like, what would you, put on your Dave Roberts cap? What would you need to see if, let's say, he gets activated next week against the Phillies? I don't know if it's a starting rotation. I would imagine it's more of a long man role. But what would you need to see out of Roki?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say a long man role. A long man role, though, with nobody on base. I think he's got to come in and clean innings. You know, I do. Yeah. I just don't think you can have, a man on first and second with 2 outs and bring him in. It's too much. I don't know. I haven't seen him in 6 months. I haven't seen what he can do, So they're watching him. So if they think he could be he said that he would do what the team wanted, but from reporters that were there at the time when the question was asked, they could tell by his body language that he obviously prefers to be a starter. He does not want to be in the bullpen. But it's like either you're in the bullpen or you're not on the postseason roster. I'll take the bullpen.
That's pretty much it. He's not starting over any of the the 5 dudes, 6 dudes that are in that starting rotation right now. You haven't earned that for sure. Bullpen wise, it would I take Emmett Sheehan over Roki Sasaki. I take Justin Wrobleski over Roki Sasaki, but it does come down to those kind of auxiliary guys or fringe guys or whatever. Edgardo Henriquez, he has the stuff, but maybe the upside is higher with Roki. Somebody like we were just talking about, Michael Kopech, who doesn't know where the baseball is going. If you have Roki throwing consistent 100 miles an hour that plays so well with that splitter, maybe that's also a weapon. He can give you 2 or 3 innings. I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't see Roki Sasaki finding his way onto this postseason roster, but to at least prove that you can get some big league hitters out at the end of the season and be a part of the the stay hot taxi squad for the postseason. Maybe there's a series that makes sense to plug him in, or maybe injuries happen. I would still maximize whatever we can get out of Roki in year 1, because I wouldn't call his first big league season a disaster, but it's got it close.
No, it's not a disaster. It was non-existent. Yeah. His first big league season was non-existent. We hardly saw him. He didn't have too many outings, and then he went on this special program, and so it was just not. It's almost like a redshirt year. Yeah. That's what I feel like with him, because
still a prospect. He's still a prospect.
He is. I mean, he is still a prospect, but I think they're gonna. Glenn Ishii says Roki just needs to concentrate. Maybe maybe that is the best course of action there. They're gonna put whoever is playing the best, who's ever pitching the best at the time. You can't think about contracts. You can't think about feelings. You can't think about anything. You just put the guy that's playing the best at the time in there and win the first round and just keep on going. You can't you can't worry about hurting anybody's feelings. This is not the try hard league. This is the do league. So let's do this. But for you guys, thanks for being here. We appreciate you very, very much. Do not forget that our store is open, DodgersTerritoryShop.com. We also appreciate the likes on YouTube, all the things. Like, subscribe, rate us. We appreciate it very much. Bring a friend, smash that button. Clint and I will be back together on Monday. Thanks
Sunday.
for watching.
We're actually doing Sunday post game.
Oh, yeah, Sunday. We're doing post. How do I never remember our schedule? Sunday post game. That's where we will be. Sunday post game.
See you then. Bye.